So let's unbox them and see what they look like. 60 of them, they're for sale for $180 on Amazon for 60 of them. The box is kind of smashed on this side, so hopefully they're fine. Oh man. Oh. Some of them are just rolling around in here.
They didn't fit in the box, so they just put them upside down.
Completely broken off. That one's one down. A lot of them are just came out of their pots without dirt. But yeah, I guess they're decent for what you get. So we have it's supposed to be 60 rooted cuttings in here. Okay, so that wasn't the best packaging, but not a lot of them are damaged. These ones still have roots on them, so I'll put them back in the dirt and hopefully they'll make it. Not very happy with that packaging on that one. They sent a smaller box. This one looks a little bit better. How do I get this out? Alright, well this is what they look like when they come in the mail. I almost would have gotten whatever this size is because it's packaged better. But they all look alive. They all look pretty decent.
In the fall, I bought 60 Nellie R. Stevens hollies off of Amazon. These were essentially rooted cuttings in 2-inch pots. I paid $169.98. And with tax, the total was about $180. That came out to be about $3 per rooted cutting. I checked the page now as I'm recording this and they're $10 cheaper. Here's the listing on Amazon. I am not affiliated or sponsored by this company. I was just looking at an economical way to start a privacy hedge, and this is what I found. You can see that there's different quantities you can buy. The more you buy, the lower the price. If you buy 3, it comes out to almost $9 per 2-inch cutting. And that's probably not worth it, but if you buy 60, it's $3 per cutting, which seems more reasonable. Before I continue, please remember to hit the subscribe button. The reason why I needed so many was because I am planting a privacy hedge on our front street. Our land is pretty private, being on a 1-lane road with only a few neighbors past us, but the street we are on is higher than our land, so even the few people that drive on it throughout the day get a bird's eye view of what we're doing, and I don't like that, so a privacy hedge seemed like a good solution. There was 2 ways I could do this on a budget. I could have bought a few large mature plants, took cuttings and rooted them myself, or found some reasonably priced smaller plants. My preference would have been to find the small plants, since that would save me a year of time not having to grow out my own cuttings. I also spent a lot of time deciding what plants I wanted this hedge to be, since it will be a significant visual aspect on the property that we'll see every day. I knew I wanted it to be evergreen to have privacy year-round, and I didn't want it to be huge, just maybe 10 to 15 feet tall, max. Those 2 things really narrowed down my options, especially being in Zone 6B. That eliminated most evergreens like spruce and pine since they normally get huge. Hollies was an obvious choice, but there are not many that are hardy to zone 6. Even reading reviews of some hollies that state they are hardy to zone 5 or 6 seem to get some winter kill. I am in the southern part of zone 6B, so I think this should be fine here, but I'll keep you updated. Nellie Stevens hollies can grow in full sun and partial shade. If you put them in a shadier spot, the plants won't be as full as they would be in full sun. These are fast growers that grow into a broad pyramid form with lustrous dark green leathery foliage. They produce berries that provide additional winter interest until the birds eat them. They reach 15 to 25 feet tall and 10 to 15 feet wide, and you can keep them pruned to the size you need. The plants arrived in the mail. It looks like some were knocked around, maybe 8 to 10 out of the 60 were damaged during shipping. These are too small to plant out into their final spots, so I am planting them all in a raised bed to overwinter and put on a year's worth of growth before planting them out in their final spots. This way I can give them the best chance of survival. This was me planting them out in the fall into the raised bed, and I'm hoping they will survive the winter well. Subscribe to follow along on this holly hedge project. I'll be updating throughout the years.